What's up guys, this is Ronnie. Welcome back to our channel Total Technology. This is tutorial 1 and this is going to be a brand new series, and from the name it's clear that we're going to talk about, or we are going to learn about something on Elasticsearch. So I'm using the word something because I'm not sure how detailed I'll be going to plan this series, because actually I got so many requests, so that is why I start doing this tutorial. And this weekend actually I'm having some like day off from my office, so I thought of creating this tutorial. But depending on you guys request or maybe interest or some question, I'll plan the series accordingly. So this is not going to be a regular series, but if I get so many responses and based out of like you guys request, I will continue this series, but my primary focus is going to be GraphQL, as I told you in the last tutorial. Okay, so anyways, so in this tutorial we'll be going to talk about the basics of Elasticsearch. Again, I'm not going to talk about very detailed in-depth theoretical concepts of Elasticsearch. I believe all of you already familiar with Elasticsearch. That is why you guys are requesting me or asking me to do something with Python, because yes, right now the data migration or data warehousing is one of the biggest topic in the industry. So everybody is migrating data from here and there, from a platform A to platform B, and while doing that you guys are doing a lot of like data ingestion, data cleanup, and so many other things. So definitely some sort of automation job or automation scripts are required. So that is why definitely Python is the go-to language for them for at this moment at least. So that is why I think it is really a good choice to use Elasticsearch and Python together, and also Elasticsearch and an API already written or in Python. So hopefully and that API can be exposed using the Python library. Like for Elasticsearch, within in Python we have a library or module called Elasticsearch. You can use that to get, set, update, whatever we can do using the Elasticsearch API. So definitely we are going to touch base upon all those use cases. But as I told you, everything is there in my mind, but nothing actually I planned. Depending on you guys request, I will try to formulate and expedite the series. So if you guys really want me to continue this series with a full pace, then please send some questions, send your interest, send your use cases, so I'll plan it accordingly. Okay, so without further delay, let's start. So in this tutorial I'll be going to talk about just a little bit of Elasticsearch, and again after that how we can integrate or connect using Python, or definitely the installation part will be there. Okay, but not that like core concept of Elasticsearch. I believe all of you are already familiar. Okay, so first of all, what is Elasticsearch? So I have only one slide for this, and again it is taken from the Elasticsearch official documentation page. So Elasticsearch is a distributed and highly available open source search engine that is built on top of Apache Lucene. It is an open source which is built in Java, thus available for many platforms. So like by reading this thing, I believe most of you are not gonna understand anything. Same also happened with me like couple of years ago when I started learning this thing. But again, it's kind of a search engine which is available in the form of web page. Like you can go and do something just like you open a browser, and if you hit the URL, then you will able to see all the data, and the data is coming from your from a backend. At this point, just think about a backend, and it is actually built upon Apache Lucene, and all the data are actually formatted in the structured unstructured JSON format. So that is why it's create internally a NoSQL database. Okay, so that is why it's always, sometimes not always, sometimes it's also called a document database. Okay, so like unlike like all other search engines, it also gives so many search or query related feature. Okay, and there are multiple use cases for Elasticsearch, but I believe these three are very popular. You can use Elastic for multiple purpose, a couple of given below. Suppose you are running a website that provides a lots of dynamic content. For example, you are running an e-commerce website, and for that you are creating lots of API, lots of multiple microservices, database job, multiple streaming jobs are here and there running. So now you want to capture all those logs with respect to each and every service, each and every user clicks and everything. So you can put everything inside your Elasticsearch, and that will work as a search engine. So later on you can do some analytics or trend analysis based on your available data inside your Elasticsearch for that web application, means for your e-commerce application. So there are some other use cases. For example, that is also very important in security or cyber security practices. Most of cyber security practices are actually using SIEMSOC solutions, so some log collecting device or something like that. So they generally ingest their log inside the Elasticsearch, means that elk stack, Elasticsearch, logstash, even Kibana. Elasticsearch actually process the log, from the log is coming from the logstash server, and Kibana is for the dashboarding. I'm not gonna go into that details actually. So once the data is available, their analytics team or their cybersecurity analyst or security team can do some research or analysis based on the data available. So these two are very important things, and I believe most of you guys already came across all these use cases already. Okay, so next thing is that installation. So installation, again, I'm not gonna explain the installation. This is very sorry, this is very straightforward. First of all, you have to go to this website and download the Elasticsearch. If you, I can, for the sake of understanding, I can just show this thing for once. Okay, so if you hit this URL, you will get this link, and depending on your system or the machine you are using, you can download this thing. When you download this thing, that will be definitely available in the form of zip or 7jet format in your machine. Okay, then the next thing I'll explain here. So where is my this? Okay, then similarly you can download the Kibana, run the executable from bin folder. So let me explain you how I actually download it. So once I download this, I actually unzip everything, and after that these things are here, if you see here. Okay, so for Kibana I got this thing, and I have a bin file. So what you have to do, you have to execute this executable from your terminal, and for Elasticsearch also you will get a folder after unzip, and there also will get one bin, and you can execute similarly this thing. Okay, so let me tell you, I already running this two things over here. So if you see here, I execute this thing, my Kibana is running, and I execute this thing, my Elasticsearch is running. Okay, similarly. Okay, here if you see here, I run this thing inside the bin, this Elasticsearch executable, and inside here I just run the bin executable, sorry, the Kibana executable. So similarly, like Elasticsearch runs on, for the validation, Elasticsearch runs on port 9200, and Kibana runs on 5601. So once your command prompt is up and running, you have to just go to here, and maybe you can validate your installation by going to this thing. So if this is if this thing is coming, it means your Elasticsearch is running. Congratulations. Okay, and after that you can validate your Kibana. If you are able to see this thing, it means congratulations, your Kibana is running. So that's it. So I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on the installation part. So you have to go to this link, download this thing, unzip this thing, and run the executable from the bin folder, and just validate this thing. Don't spend much time on the installation. Okay, simple, just 5 minutes. Okay, so done. Then Python settings. So definitely we are going to talk about Python. So Python is important. So I believe all you guys are already running a machine which is already having Python. So next thing, you have to install this Elasticsearch using pip installer. So for example, maybe let me tell you how to install. You have to write pip install Elasticsearch. That's it. See, I already installed. That is why it is saying already installed. So again, don't spend much time. Just do a 1 minute, not even 1 minute. Okay, like maybe 30 seconds you can do it. The next job is that connect to Elasticsearch cluster. So this is our first objective of this class: how to connect with your Elasticsearch cluster from your Python code. Okay, so let me minimize this thing. Okay, so now our main job is here. Okay, so first thing first, from Elasticsearch import Elasticsearch. Okay, then create variable es, and you can write it Elasticsearch here. Okay, and there you have to put all the connection objects. Okay, sorry, connection variable. So it will be inside a dictionary. So it should be something like host, and our Elasticsearch port is running on localhost, and the port will be all you know, right? So it should be 9200, right? No, it should be 9200, but again there is something I'm using in HTTP, and there is no connection security is there, like no authentication is there, so that is why you might get a warning. Okay, but don't worry about that. When you are using on your own machine for the R&D, you can get warning, but when you are going to deploy this for your client like Elasticsearch, definitely they will give you some additional security like SSL, username, password, and that time you should use that. Okay, and you will get all the information from the Elasticsearch documentation. If you search with Elasticsearch Python, read the docs, you will get everything. Okay, so in the read the docs page you will get everything. Okay, so again I'm not gonna spend that much time for all those things which is already documented, so I'll do something interesting. So that is why just I'm keeping everything simple, and after that you can just do something like that, yes.ping. So it should give you a true, means our connection has been established. Okay, so let's execute this thing python 3 and then tutorial1.py. okay, so we'll get a true. See, I'll get a warning that security is not enabled. That is fine, but I'm get a warning true. But if just for validation, let's do one thing. Let me change this port to 9800, so I'll get an answer of false. Okay, see, I'll get an answer of false, and also that warning gone, because this is not Elasticsearch, and when you are connecting to Elasticsearch cluster which is not having any security enabled, definitely will get this warning. So I give a wrong port, so that is why I'm not hitting the Elasticsearch cluster, so there is no question of warning and there is no question of false. Okay, so if we get this true in the ping, so it means your Elasticsearch is connected, so our first job is done. Okay, so let me copy paste this thing, maybe maybe I will later on I will put all this thing here. Okay, here, don't worry. So just if I don't forget, that's why I'm just doing it, so maybe in the later I can forget. Okay, so next thing is that important thing is index. Okay, so what is index? So the very first thing you have to do is creating an index for whatever you are going to perform on the Elasticsearch. Definitely you are going to perform some search or some analytics related things. So before you do any analytics, before that, what you have to do, you have to put some data, or data has to be available inside your Elasticsearch cluster. Okay, so now if I tell you go and put some data. Okay, just forget about Elasticsearch. Any related database is very common, and I believe most of you already familiar with database. So if I ask you go and put some data, what you do in the database, inside an repository or whatever. First you will create what you say that I need a database, I need a table. Inside that I'm gonna put multiple data. So table is something called index. No, table is something which is going to hold some sort of information. Like if you are going to create a e-commerce website, so probably you are going to hold multiple tables like inside your e-commerce database. One is going to be employee database, or one is going to your HR database, one is going to your customer database, and inside the database there will be multiple tables. Okay, same here. Very first thing you have to do, creating an index. Everything stored is an index. In database concept, everything is stored inside a database. In Elasticsearch, everything is stored inside an index. The RDMS equivalent index is a database, so don't confuse with the typical indexing. So index means not anything indexing. Indexing means something a database. For example, in Elasticsearch, if you want to store your employee data, then you have to create employee index. Similarly, if you want to create HR related data, probably you can create a HR index. Okay, so same thing. So index means a database which is equivalent to database. Okay, means it is going to hold some specific data with respect to some specific type or pattern. So pattern or types we'll be going to discuss later, but just think about index means which is going to hold some data. It is equivalent to a database. Okay, so before we do, let's check whether we have some database already index created or not. So by default you will get some indexes. So if you want to see how to check those indexes are here or not, so if you go to a developer tools and if you run this query, you will get all the indexes. See, some indexes index already there. Okay, how many indexes are there total? Probably 1 2 3 4 5 6, so many indexes are there. So here we will going to create some more indexes. Okay, we'll create maybe initially we'll create one index, after that we'll create two indexes. Okay, okay, let's see how to do that. Okay, so it is there, so maybe I can write uh, it should be es dot indices dot create, and after that you can write index, and there you can write tutorial 1, and today's date is 16th, so it should be 16/10/2021. okay, let's run this thing. So I got an warning message and I got true. Apart from that, there is no error, it means this index got created. Okay, so let's try now. That index is not here, so if I hit this thing, there will be one more index with this name. Okay, so just validate our thing. See, it is created over here. Okay, right? Okay, so now we have seen how to create index. Now we'll see how many indexes are there. So maybe I can put some comment over here, set up connection, maybe like this, then create index, display all indices. Okay, how to do that? Let's do. So maybe I can see indices equals to es dot indices dot get alias. Okay, and maybe you can write star means everything. Okay, and after that let's print this thing first. So probably what will happen, you will get a list, and this list is going to hold all the indices. Okay, so let's print this thing. We'll get a list over here. Already. Okay, the thing is that I'm running this thing again, so that is why I'm getting an error, because I'm trying to create the same index, so that is why I'm getting an error. So what I'll do, I'll just skip this part for the time being. Okay, so let's run this thing. Okay, see here I got a list, and list is going to hold all the indexes. Okay, just to make it a bit beautify, so what I'll do, for index in this, then print. So hopefully this will list down all the names. Okay, see, it is actually listing down all the names. 1 2 3 4, all these things are there. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. See, the same is here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. I believe 9 is here also, maybe. Yes, one is missing, maybe. I don't know why one is missing. Okay, tutorial, Kibana task manager, Kibana this, APM agent, all is here actually. Okay, so in this way you can actually create all your indexes and view the indexes. Okay, okay, so let me copy this code over here. Just hold on. Okay, or else I will forget in the future, but don't worry, you guys will get this code from the GitHub link as well. Okay, so I don't need this one, this is actually code. Okay, so I'll update the code as well, don't worry. So I believe you guys enjoyed the tutorial. This is a very initial tutorial, so hopefully I will get I'm expecting you guys send me some use cases or some suggestion or advice, so that I can plan this tutorial, because I'm just doing this tutorial kind of on demand request, so you guys have to tell me what I should cover. But again, something I'm thinking, if you guys are okay, then I can just start from the basics, like 5 to 10 tutorial will be basic, and after that I will create some tutorial which is actually being used in nowadays in all the companies or in all our projects, so that will be easier for help you. But if you guys are having any specific request, that also will be possible. But if you want some sort of tutorial like with Python or Elasticsearch with some basic example, then intermediate, then advanced, and some real world scenario, that is possible. So let's see how it goes. I'm expecting some feedback from all of you guys, and depending on that we can plan accordingly. Okay, so that's it guys, we'll see you in the next video. But before I conclude this tutorial, guys, please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share your videos with your friends, family, whoever you think is relevant, because one share, one like is actually going to motivate us like in a bigger aspect. So this is a request, please share our channel videos, topics, and please hit the subscribe button, the bell icon, so that you should not miss any notification in the future. And also try to share with your family and friends, whoever you think is relevant for our contents. Okay, so that's it guys, that's it for today. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and have a nice day.